All right, we are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweeted out here so everybody can join in. 1 second. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. Awesome. All right, well, good. Well, hey guys, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. And here we are for another evening of discussing technical analysis and different tools and going through chart quests and cool stuff like that. So, today we're going to be continuing our discussion about day trading VWAP, and today we're going to talk about the anchored VWAP. So, recently we had Mr. Brian Shannon, CMT, on our live stream interview, and he went over anchored VWAP in a lot more detail than we're going to go into tonight. So I will post the link for that here. Let me grab that one. Let me grab that there. Okay, and I'm going to post that here. So if anybody wants any follow-up information on the anchored VWAP, be sure to check out that link I posted at the top of the screen there. So, but today we're going to talk about that. Before we get started, though, everything we are going to talk about, of course, is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. All right. Good, good, good. So first we're going to check and see where we left off in the market, and then we're going to go over the price action, and then we'll take a look at the futures, and then we'll get into the discussion, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So here we go. SPX. So this is where we left with the market today. So down 60 points today. Yesterday we were up 50 cents, and today we're down 60 points. So what a day today. We ended up getting back below that mid-Bollinger Band on the monthly chart. So doji right now on the month could easily turn red if the market decides to get weak here. But we'll, weaker. So we'll see where that goes into tomorrow. Weekly chart. Rut-row. So red week so far. So one thing that's interesting here on the SPX is we never took out this big upper shadow on this weekly, right? So this shooting star right here is still, still has, some power over what's going on, right? So if we continue to work our way down, we've got a lot of trading week left, right? We've got 3 trading days left, and so if we get down below those lows, we may see a momentum move to the downside and possibly get to the point where we test the low end of this inside candle here. I don't know if we're gonna get that much down in the week, but it's possible. Still a couple upper shadows here off of this the breakdown Harami cross. So that's another key level that we're looking at, and the 30 weekly moving average above. So lots of stuff going on, and we're also in the middle of the RSI, so we do have room if it wants to work its way down here on the weekly chart. Daily chart, trend box. So we are still in the chop zone, right? So we're not really clear whether or not a real reversal has started yet. Or whether or not we're going to break above here and see if we got a fresh trend line on this thing. That trend line is going to be a little bit funky, right? So if we ended up rallying and pushing above that trend box right here, the trend line would go like this. So that'd be interesting. I like the kind of the slope of this potential trend line here. I could kind of see us maybe trying to climb up that way. We got this 200 moving average above, so there's some work that needs to be done even if we do break above the trend box. Below, there's work to be done to the downside too. Now we know it's stairs up, elevator down. Right, we've seen that. Right, we wiped out like 3 years of gains, right, in just a couple months, right. So we know how that goes. But we do have some levels below that are of interest, right. So we have the 21 moving average right here. So we've got that. We've got, of course, the bottom of the trend box. That's a key level here of potential support. And then we got the cloud top right here. So we've got that going on. We got the 50 moving average below. So there's some very evenly spaced levels. That was the hard part about the initial down move too, is like very evenly spaced levels, and then it just flushed, right? And it wasn't an easy flush, right? They kept on bouncing it really hard. So we'll see where that goes. Now the bottom of this cloud right here, well, we're already past this level right here, but below the cloud could see this open gap. And then if it gets really nasty, we got this open gap down here, and then we can see how we kind of handle from there. So pretty interesting stuff there. Let's take a look at the price action today. So here on the 15-minute chart, this is kind of a big deal today. So today we were expecting some potential chop. So we got a gap up today, and then we did an upper shadow. Where did we have that upper shadow? So we had it off of yesterday's upper shadows, right? So there's a lot of resistance in this area right here, right? So double top yesterday that worked its way down. Then we gapped up a little bit. The futures got strong last night, gave us a gap up. They tried to push it at the open, and it very quickly reversed. So that in itself, right, was a very a reasonable low risk, high reward opportunity to get a short at the open right there. So that was a fast move down here in about 30 minutes, right? So that move in itself kind of projected the bearishness of the day, right? And then we stayed below the 15 orb, right? So our 15 orb this is our initial candle right here. Here's your orb high, here's your orb low. And then we stayed below the 15 orb low most of the day. So that was bearish, right? And so today in the group, right, it got really choppy in here. So we're used to the chop, but today was a little bit different, right? Because once we broke down below these levels, there was a potential for a quick momentum move to the downside to get to the prior day's lows. And then below that, it was just go time, right? So here we alerted members here that, hey, watch out for this triangle breakdown, right? To me, it was close enough to the low of the day, so I was like, let's get in below the day. So we got a nice short off of that. Then the rally just didn't seem, it seemed like this thing was just getting started, right? So this was, kind of wave one, wave two, right? And so this is kind of A, B, C, wave two, and then we just flushed in the end of the day. So that was fun on the live stream at the end of the day. We're like, oh, okay, I guess we'll just keep shorting. So it was pretty fun there. And that just kept on going and going and going. Just really amazing stuff right there on today's price action. So I love a good short. I don't like it all the time, right? Because it just gets obnoxious, right? When we were down here, it was like, oh my goodness, please let this volatility go away, right? Because it makes the premiums go really crazy. But a day like today, a nice little short. I mean, that's just you gotta love it because it's so fast, right? Just like bleh. Anyway, so let's take a look here. Here's the levels that we provide to our members before each market opens. So today, these were a lot of the key levels right here. So we hung around actually this daily pivot level for a while. There's a lot of volumetric level right here. That's why once I wanted to wait till we got below here, and then it looked like we could not only get through yesterday's open, but also get to this S1 level right here. So we got there, right? We rallied a little bit, retested the prior day's open, and then it was just like, see ya, right? So we have some symmetry here, right? If you go here, right, here's your rally point. Let's see if I can get a trend line on here. Rally. Right, and then you have symmetry right here, right? Duplicate, and you get some symmetry off of this, boom, and then see ya, right? So just that, so interesting stuff there, right? So that was a really cool day today. Nice move. Once we cleared this level, look at that momentum candle right there. With that type of momentum, see ya, and then you got this inside shooting star, or this kind of momentum shooting star type candle. Boom, got to the next side, and then it just kept on going. It was like, oh my goodness. So anyway, so it's pretty cool stuff. Let's take a look at the futures and see where we're at here this evening. Let's see what we got here. So. Okay, so neat stuff here with the futures, right? So we had a big move down, and we got this push here this evening. So right now the first move tonight was actually a rally, right? And that's good, right? So it was good to see a relief rally on this one because if you're a bear, it is good, right? So it's we want to see a little bit of a correction, right? They did a little move, they gave a corrective move right here, and all this turned into is a triangle tonight. A triangle, is that how we say it? Anyway, so we broke down below that triangle. We got a nice move down again, right? And then we rallied up. And guys, we've done a lot of discussions on triangles before. What does the midpoint of that triangle serve as? Fantastic resistance, right? So we rallied all the way back up to the midpoint of that triangle right there. And right now we're pulling back down off of it. And guess what? We're below the VWAP. So cool stuff. So that's where we are tonight. We're down 17 points right now. We'll see if we come back. It's possible that we come back and retest these lows. And then after that, we'll see where we go from there. 28.05 is a big line in the sand too from a prior level though. So we'll see how that holds too going into the rest of the night, and we'll see what they set up for us tomorrow. So good stuff. All right, so. Tonight we're going to be continuing our discussion on day trading the VWAP, and we're going to be talking about the anchored VWAP. So what's the difference? So yesterday the first day we talked about what the VWAP is. We see that right here, right? And then we talked about the standard deviation lines yesterday, how interesting those are. And I don't keep them on there because as interesting as they are, they're really not tradable. But they do give you some sentiment and direction, just like the Bollinger Bands do, right? So today we're going to talk about the anchored VWAP. So the anchored VWAP is pretty cool. The anchor VWAP, for the most part, is really just your VWAP intraday, but you can anchor it at different points of interest, right? Some major breakdown points, right? So one of the things that we can do is either on an intraday basis or on a longer term basis is take the VWAP. So this is one of the things that Brian Shannon came up with. Like I said, there's a link up at the top of the chat box when we talked to Brian Shannon, who basically invented the thing. So what we do is we look for like major gaps or major movements either intraday or on daily time frames, and then we can anchor our VWAP there. So let's go and take a look at SPY. Okay, so one of the things you could do is anchor your VWAP like at a breakdown level, right? So right now, let's kind of zoom in here. So let's say when do we have like a recent crazy move? We didn't really have a crazy one, but one of the things you could do is instead of having your VWAP here, right, you could put your VWAP at a major turning point in the market. So you could start your VWAP right here at the 1010 candle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up an anchored VWAP. There's a study here, and I'll share it with you guys. We call it the AVWAP. Okay, and I'll go ahead and share it. It's public domain stuff, so again, it's just stuff that's out there. So let's call this AVWAP. I'm going to share that there, right? Okay. So I'm going to share this with you guys so you guys can use it on your charts if you like it, if you find value in it. So there's this here. Again, this is public domain stuff. It's just all the credit is in the code. So what you do is you go to your AVWAP. So say I want to anchor the VWAP here, right? Because we had this big move here, but I don't want to use the VWAP from the beginning. I want to use the VWAP from here. So because we had a big move down, right? So it's like Mr. Shannon said in our discussion, it's kind of an art the way you use it, but it's kind of a cool way if you put it at these major turning point pivots too. So this is the first pivot of the day, your first turning point. So let's do it here at the 1010 candle, and so I'm going to go to the AVWAP here, and I'm going to anchor it at 1010. I think this is the one to use it with. No, that just does it there. Sorry, guys. I think I shared the wrong script with you guys. Hold on one second. There's one where you can do it by time. Without. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. AVWAP. Trying to find which one it is. You can do it here. Somewhere you set the time. I think you have to do it in the code itself. Goodness gracious. It's true, guys. If you guys really like the AVWAP, again, I would recommend something like TrendSpider or something like that. Yeah, see, anchor. Yeah, you got to do it in the code. I don't think it's an input tool. Okay, yeah. So you just go to the AVWAP and you got to get into the code in it. So anybody who likes ThinkScript and stuff like that, you can do it there. So you go in the code. So say I want to make it at 1010. So I'm going to make the anchor time at 1010. So right now it's default at 9:30. So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to hit OK, apply, and then it should set the anchor point of the VWAP. Studies. I thought this had like a time script on it, so no. There we go. Okay, good. So there it is. So it's a little bit tricky. It's not easy. Like if you use something like TrendSpider or something like that, right? You can all you got to do is click, and it puts the anchored VWAP wherever you point and click it. It's a little bit more challenging with Thinkorswim because you have to put in the actual time. You got to go in the code. I think there's a way to make an input value for it. I think I've done that before. I'm not sure why it's not on this. But anyway, you got to go in the code and edit it. It's a pain. But anyway, if you guys like ThinkScript, you can mess around with it. But anyway, here we go. So here's the anchored VWAP at the 1010 candle. So we start right here. It takes the midpoint level of that, and then it uses that as an interesting area for the rest of the day. So you can see here that when we moved at this point, this shows the average price from here, right? So anybody who got long here, this is the average price, right, with volume incorporated in it from there. So here you can see it traveled up nicely. The VWAP came up, and as long as we were above this price, right, the bulls were in control from this level, because if they entered here, right, the average price, right, is good, right? So they're in control, right? The bulls are in control over those prices. So you can see here we kind of got a couple little bounces off here, and it made a neat level that day, right? We came back, we tested it, and then we flushed off of it at the end of the day. So that's the anchored VWAP right there. And then another place you could use it too is on your daily charts. So let's go to the daily. So we'll go here. We'll go to this one. All right, let me get a clean screen here for everybody. And please say I had that pulled up for everyone. Okay, good. So it's cool. So one of the things you can do is you can anchor it at a couple points. Right? We can anchor it up here, right? We can anchor it here. And this is going to be tricky. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Hold on 1 second, guys. Here, let's go with this. All right, so we're clear this chart off. I thought one of these had like an input value. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's try this one. There's this one here, I think, has it. TI anchor. Yeah, that's the one right here. Let me share this code with you guys. I believe it is, that's it. This is public domain as well. I don't know where we got this one, but anyway, I'll share it with you guys here. TI, I think it's like think. Anyway, this is public domain as well, so you guys can find it just by searching for it out there. So here's another one right there. All right, that one's got input in it, so you can actually input it, but you can put the dates in it and all that stuff. Okay, so it's all just stuff that's built into Thinkorswim. So just the code's right there. All right, so you go here, you click your input level. So say I want to put it at, all right, so that puts it, that anchors it right here. But say I want to put it here at the all-time highs. So that was 219.20. So let's go there on 219.20. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to say 02. So it's a little bit harder, right? It's easier if you have TrendSpite or something like that. So 20, 02, 19. And we'll put it at the beginning of the day, that day. Okay, so I'm going to anchor it from up there. So boom, there's your anchored VWAP from up there, right? And then we'll do one from here too. So this is at the 323 low. So I'll make another one there. You just have to add the study again. Okay, and that was 323. Give me 1 second. So it takes a little bit longer. You could just with some other software you can do it. You can do it just by clicking. Give me 1 second. 323. Okay, and I'll make that one blue. Okay, so now it kind of gives you two really. It overwrote the other one. What happened? Here we go. Ah! Why did it do this? All right, let me go back to my time settings here. So it messes with it a little bit. So here, 1,000 bars to the right, 3 years, key times, price axis, fit studies, fit markers. Here, why is that not allowing me to? I guess it only, if you mess with it there, it kind of puts you here. Okay, so it only puts you to today's date. For some reason, it won't let me scroll forward. But why would it not allow me to have both in there? Oh, it doesn't allow both for some reason. That's kind of funky. Let me try that again. Let's see. Sorry, guys. See if that works there. Not sure if it's going to allow both. Yeah, oh, there we go. It does allow it. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. All right, so for some reason it deleted one for some reason. Anyway, so now we have two anchored VWAPs on here. We've got it from the all-time highs and then the Corona crash low right here. So we could see that the whole point of these, to have these on the daily chart, because remember when we put the actual VWAP on here, it's not helpful. But when you anchor your VWAP at cool points, and it, like Brian says, it's an art, right, to kind of see how it works. But I think the peaks and the troughs are really interesting, and it's really cool how both of these VWAPs are kind of aligning in this area right here. So you can see even from the highs and the lows, right, price right now is greater than the average price based on the anchored VWAP, right? And so you can see here, both of these are starting to kind of come aligned right here. So if we continue to chop for a little bit, this zone right here becomes a very interesting area of interest, right? And it does give you a pretty cool area of potential support or resistance, right? So once we kind of get in this area right here, so today's pullback, right, we're working our way off of this right here, but it is very possible that price might want to at least test the VWAP from the all-time highs or from the Corona crash low. So that gives us a really interesting level right there. And it gives you a cool perspective on the chart. So good thing, right? So this kind of gives you good tools right here. So even from this high right here, it showed you that once we got extended below it, right, price kind of gravitated towards it, right? And once it got above it, it kind of retested it and kind of worked its way up. So it makes a really cool line. And you can see right here, even after this move, right, that pullback after this Morningstar reversal is right here at the anchored VWAP before it started working its way back up. So it gives you really interesting points of potential support and resistance, and it gives you cool tools too to see where potentially directionally where we might be going. So anyway, cool stuff. So that's the anchored VWAP. Definitely check out the second link there if you want to use it on the daily chart, so you can put the date in there. The other one is good for the intraday time frame, where you just kind of go into the code and edit, or you can use either one. But anyway, all this stuff was gathered from public domain. I think the second one, I'm not sure why there isn't any code credit in there, but I think it was from ThinkScript indicators or something like that. So anyway, obviously meaning no. Obviously credit due to them, right? So anyway, good stuff. So, but just wanted to show you the tools right there, and the code is out there. It's all built into Thinkorswim anyway. You just have to be able to have those input code in there, so you can set your dates on it. So really cool stuff. So you can use it on the daily charts to look for those areas, and you can also on intraday gaps, right? Some folks like to use it, if there's like a major news event or something like that. So say today, like on Grub, right? Let's go to Grub today. So Grub had a pretty wild day today, right? So it got halted a couple times, right? So you can see here, once you get this huge gap up, right? So that this now it's like, okay, well, where am I going, right? What's my perspective that day? So if you have your anchored VWAP here at 11 o'clock, right? So let's put an AVWAP on there. AVWAP on there. And we're just going to set this one to 11 o'clock. Okay. So we'll apply that, and that should give us an AVWAP right here. So you can see how this served after the big gap up and the halts on Grub today. We anchored at this point instead of intraday, because if we just put the regular VWAP on here, right, you can see that that was a little bit different, right? So you can see here it kind of moved up a little bit, and then it ultimately tagged it right here. But anchoring it from here gives you a little bit more clues. You see how it had a little more distance to this VWAP here? It showed this. You had this nice little double inside 5, and it hugged that, right, that AVWAP area, and you got another big boost to the upside, right? And it came back down and ended up tagging both the VWAPs. But pretty cool stuff, if you anchor it here as well. So anyway, good stuff. So it's a cool tool. I think you guys will like it, if it's something that interests you. Let me just make that 9:30 again, just so I have that right there for tomorrow, and good stuff, guys. So good. All right, well, that is all for the AVWAP. So definitely a cool tool. Hopefully you guys find it helpful. And at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug this in the chat window. We'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. All right, so Shirley sent in a few in via email. So let's go through those. So we have EXR. Okay, so Shirley's I think a little bearish here today. So let's see. And that was a really nice pullback on this one. So kind of an interesting point. Today we did see a lot of pullbacks, but some of them, like something like Netflix or something, didn't have a lot of extra volume, right? So today did on a couple of these. So this one did, right? So one of the things we can look at right here is this prior geometric level right here. So we came right to that. So just be careful with this, Shirley. Look for a little confirmation below this geometric line, and then below there. Otherwise, it's just a pullback to the geo line there. You might actually see potential bounce off of that. Other than that, let's see, we've got Wells Fargo. So we talked about that. That was on our bearish radar for today in the public game plan on our public Twitter feed. And the financials were just getting weak the last couple days, and Wells Fargo was pretty weak going into today. So we got some nice follow through on that to the downside here. And then, of course, the market sell-off at the end of the day. We had a nice move at the open, a lot of sideways action, and then down again. So we've reached this 24 level. We're below these levels right here. We have increased volume. So, yeah, so Wells Fargo, again, is looking bearish going into tomorrow. So we're definitely bearish on still bearish on the financials. And then a big move back here, too. Now, JP Morgan pulled back but didn't have the volume like Wells Fargo did. So let's keep an eye on that one. Again, this is a Dow stocks. This is one they might try to prop up a little bit more. But yeah, definitely Wells Fargo looking weak here. And JP Morgan, the chart still looks weak there too. The XLRE, right? So here's your some real estate type stuff here. So again, that's a tough one when things are pulling back too. Not a lot of money flowing into that one. In fact, big volume today. Okay, so this one broke through like a lot of different levels, right? So this definitely cleared here. Right, so that's really bearish on the XLRE. So that's looking pretty good there too, Shirley. And then IYR. Yeah, bearish on real estate for sure. So that's 2 ETFs in a row that are bearish on real estate, like right there. So again, big breakdown right here. Definitely something to keep an eye on tomorrow. Right, like your SPGs and different like your extra space storage, right, things like that. These type of real estate sector type things. So good stuff. Good. Thank you, Shirley. Appreciate that. Mike, what's going on? Hope you are doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Let's take a look. So what you got? So good evening. So you almost thought SPX was going to register a bearish price flip today. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So it was a nice flip there today. And yeah, let's take a look at Google. See how that's doing. So Google had a lot of bullish flow activity recently, and now I think today it has some bearish flow activity today. So almost a fully bearish engulfing candle today. Didn't quite take out the highs, but that is a good potential reversal candle with good volume. So we might see a pullback to the 80 MA. Below that, you got this open gap down here on Google. Tesla oftentimes goes inverse to the market. It's down a little bit. It's about 10 points after hours. They've had a rough go of it. recently, but with Elon kind of losing it, and but he stepped up the other day and said, "No, we're going to make cars." And so they defied some local ordinances out in California and threatened to sue the state of California and threatened to remove his factories out of California. And so they still didn't manage to gap up today, but they did leave an upper shadow and pulled back. So we're still below this geometric level right here. So that's kind of the key level to break out of right now. Right now it's kind of in that 850 to 860 area. So let's see if we can take out this level too. This 869, 870. Right, then we may see it try to work its way back up to all-time highs if Tesla wants to. And Netflix. Yeah, everything pulling back after hours. Netflix now not too bad, about 4 points after hours, but nasty candle day as well. This one did not have increasing volume today, so that is showing the sell-off was not like full bear, right? But it's still a nasty candle day. So let's see if that holds right there. We might just be seeing just a little bit of a possible pullback before Netflix decides to work its way back. And it's been struggling to get above that upward trend line too. So good stuff. Bagesh, what's going on? Good evening. So waiting to hear your thoughts on the market puke that happened in the last couple hours. So that was it. To me, it was mostly like it was just a great technical setup today. So we just had a lot of fun with that in the group today. But overall, like kind of, guys, this market is a mess, right? I mean, this economy is in a mess, right? And the longer, they're trying to reopen up the economy, and slowly in some states, and it's just tough because more people are still getting coronavirus, and then they're opening stuff up, and it just seems like it's just gonna perpetuate the spread, right? So you've got that whole thing weighing on everything, plus the fact that like Shirley pointed out there, like the real estate stocks. I mean, you've got malls, like a lot of the malls, like Tanger Outlets, like reported recently, right? Right. So Tanger Outlets reported recently. And it was bad. I mean, a lot of these malls, like some of them are getting like 10% of the revenue they were getting, and people just aren't paying rent, right? And this is bad. I mean, this is overall bad, right? So I think like today, Bagesh, I think like you just kind of got to be prepared for it. Like the whole move up has honestly been kind of disturbing, right? I understand the corrective move, but it's like, guys, it's like this economy is like not getting better yet. So it's like, but the market they continue to push it up, so it's like, okay. So when you get a short setup like today, you just got to jump on it, right? That type of thing. So it's, cause it stairs up, elevator down. And you just got to be able to switch gears, despite the moving the way up. And we're in the trend box too, so it's not, on the SPX, so it's not surprising, if we go back here to SPX, it's not surprising to see, right, this type of activity in here, right? Because right now we're just in the chop zone, right? So we get kind of close up here, it pulls back down. If we pull back down here, we might get like a big move back up, right? It just is it's a tough area. So when you see stuff like that, you just got to kind of pounce on it, right? That type of thing. So, and then plus a lot of the Fed guys were talking today too. I tweet out in the morning like the different economic activity that's going on, economic calendar stuff, and a lot of Fed guys were talking today. And it's like every time they talked, it was like, oh well, the economy is in shambles, right? Pretty much. And so every time they talk, it's like the market's just like, blah, like a little bit more. So it's a little bit rough there, but that's pretty much what's going on. So Dylan, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. ZEK, good evening. Yeah, VTIQ. This one keeps on popping up on the radar, and I think it's just incredible, right? I mean, this is parabolic, right? This is what you see here. I mean, it's just nonstop, right? We talk about, okay, if it clears this highs, it could be good. If it clears these highs, it could be good. I mean, I guess if it clears these highs, it could be good. Just amazing move this thing's had. So cool stuff on that one. Nice one there. UNFI. Yeah, there's another one too. Huge move with increasing volume today too. So keep an eye on that one over today's highs going into tomorrow. And then SDC. SDC with a nasty pullback today. Huge gap up today. And then it just gave it all up, right? So it's kind of doing what maybe we were thinking it was doing. Maybe it's going to pull back and then try again for a maybe for a cup and handle breakout here, because it just gave the cup, it never gave the handle, right? But today was just rough, right? They gap it up and they just flushed it, and the market sentiment didn't help it either. But nasty reversal candle right there, bearish engulfing completely. So good, nice ones. You found some good ones there. Jay, what's going on? PFE, let's take a look. Yeah, PFE, let's see how it holds these levels right here. I like this reversal setup right here to the upside. So it's coming back down, retesting these areas right here. Let's see how well it holds. If it holds well, we might see PFE try to rally again off of those levels. So good. Brian, what's going on? What's up? Jorge, what's going on? Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, good. Hope you're good. Thanks for tuning in. Dylan, so you really like Wing. Let's take a look at Wing. Tommy likey, he get wingy, right? So Tommy Boy, if anybody saw one. Anyway, so yeah, so inside day yesterday, it tried to gap up today, and it closed below the inside day low. So let's see if it can get below here. Right, it's definitely looking bearish here. I like the bearish engulfing candle. You know, it would have been nice if it bearish engulfed that one, but it bearish engulfed this. So let's even get below these levels right here, below the 80 MA, and then yeah, it might be a move down to the 21. But this thing has had an epic move up right here. I guess everybody's been getting wings to go. So there you go on that one. Gap split, yeah, 85 and 65, definitely. Yep. So you got down here, you got your 85 gap down here, your 65 gap down here. Looking good. Yeah, lots of potential on that one. Just be careful. Just be careful. Make sure you get some confirmation and follow through. Extremely high on this, and we'll want to eat elsewhere after it's all over. That's good. Looks like they were heading for trouble before Corona. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Brian, what's going on? What's going on? What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen tomorrow? The sell-off today.
Filled.
Yeah, so it's tough to say, right? So what we've done here on the ES, right? Let's go here on the ES. So today on the ES, so it's pulling back a little bit here. So we've come back, you know, to some major levels right here. So the ES is pulled back to these guys down here before we ran up. So we're seeing that as potential support right here. It's right at the 21 EMA. So we may get a little bit of a rally. Just kind of watch the 50% line of today's, you know, the down move of today, right? That's could be potential resistance. So they might try to do a 50% retrace on it tomorrow. Okay, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on there. Good. NK, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Good evening. Roku, let's take a look. So Roku, inside day yesterday, it tried to take the inside day up, and then just couldn't do it. Let's see. So let's see here. Give me 1 second. And then, yeah, left you the upper shadow right here today. So it's still holding that prior inside day. So see if it can hold that, right? You got your 200-day moving average right here, right? It might go sideways a little bit to the upward trend line right here. And, you know, see if it tags that. Maybe it's good for a bounce off of that. Boeing, guys, this is one we've been just tracking, right? It had a great move here. Right, big move off of here, and then it's just been chopping since it kind of pulled back to the center of this triangle area right here. So it's been about a month or so of sideways action. So, you know, give it another week or two of sideways action. We'll see what it does. It's starting to get weak right here. We're right at the bottom of the area of the triangle. Again, we were at the top 2 days ago. We're in the middle yesterday, so we're still kind of in the middle. So again, I like the volume coming in here, but I would like to see a confirmation candle to be like, yeah, this thing's ready. So that's what we're looking for there. Otherwise, you know, if the market decides to rally again, you know, we see a nice breakout candle on Boeing. It's close to the 50-day moving average, which stinks because that could be resistance, right? But then above that, you got the cloud. So we'll have to see what kind of price action we get on that one. D-Dog. Strong, guys. Big move after earnings today, and it held up well. So we like this one. You know, definitely on the bullish radar today. You know, it held up. It stayed above its 15 orb. It's holding up after hours too. So it looks pretty good here. Amazing. This thing had just this epic run up, and then just got parabolic right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had like an inside day tomorrow. But if it did push over today's highs, we could see another momentum move up on that one. And then JP Morgan for sure. Looking bearish with a lot of the financial names right here. The JP Morgan. A little less volume than yesterday, but still a nasty candle on that one. Wells Fargo is still looking really weak, too. Rich, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look. USO. Wow, triple inside day on USO. Goodness gracious, as it moves completely flat sideways to the downward trend line. So let's see how it does. It looks like we got a couple more days until we get to here. Right, so it looks like expiration, right? We got OPEX right there, so maybe it'll give us a move once it tags that trend line one way or the other. And then we got crazy bearish engulfing candle right here. So this is an interesting one right here. This one might want to come back and test that level if it breaks down any farther. Otherwise, it's got the gap, potential gap support right there on W. Twilio. Still relative strength on this one. Good volume. It held up green today, so it's looking pretty decent right here. Upper shadow, so kind of meh, but great moves here off of its earnings run on that one. So kind of see how that one holds. And then, yeah, JP Morgan, just, you know, bearish candle right there. Just wish I had a little more volume today, but it's still good volume, so that could get some follow through the downside. Again, WFC also looking pretty weak. This one had increased volume and closed below all these pivot levels right here. So if the financials are weak another close eye on Wells Fargo. Good stuff, Jorge. So futures, lol. Wonder what the futures hold for us, your poor spy. I know, it got beat up a lot today. Ernesto, yeah, BBBY. Let's take a look. BBBY. So this one's getting tight right here. Let's see if we have a triangle already painted on this. Oh, we don't. So this has definitely been triangulating here and here. So it's getting really tight as it gets to the cloud. It took the inside day down a little bit. So see how it holds this geometric line right here, which is the bottom of the triangle on BBBY. Yeah, my pleasure. Good to see you, Ernesto. Cloud Guy, what's going on? Thanks for your support, man. Hope you're doing well. Good evening. Yeah, my pleasure. Let's take a look at SPCE. So SPCE, oh, nasty pullback today. Sir Richard Branson decided to dump $500 million worth of equity in this thing, so that he could try to prop up all his other stuff, like his cruises and all that stuff. This is a rough time to be in that, retail luxury vacation type stuff, right? So SPCE, doesn't do anything anyway. All they do is kind of like maybe make spaceships and like try to book like luxury space cruises in the future. So yeah, so down candle on that one today. Not a lot of volume on it, but see how it holds. It's coming up to this kind of geometric line right here, right, that we're seeing it cross from the lows. There, and so it's kind of holding that a little bit of support. So if it breaks down below here, below the 50-day, right, we got this level right here, and then 200-day below it. So definitely want to keep an eye on right there, but sometimes it can move. Brian, what's going on? You shorted Uber at the top. Nice job. Nailed it. Do you think it has more to go? Let's take a look. So it closed right at the 200-day moving average, so it closed above that too. So it's kind of, you got a nice move down here from the top, so it's definitely pulling back. Epic up move today. It's kind of funny because normally, Uber said they're going to buy Grub. Now, normally it goes like this, right? The company that's buying the other company normally goes down, and the company that's being bought goes up, right? So Grub going up made sense, but Uber going up was like kind of like a head scratch. We actually traded this one today. We got a nice little move here. Just a news trade, because it was just crazy, the momentum, the volume that was coming in here. It was just like, okay, technically I have no choice but to trade this, but news, kind of conceptually, it really shouldn't be up, and then it turns out that I think they're not really doing it anyway. They said, no, we're not buying Grub, and so it ended up pulling back to nice double inside 15 down today. So yeah, it could still move back to the downside, especially if the market's weak. So, but just watch your 200-day moving average potential target right there. So, good. Jorge, yeah, thoughts on Boeing exactly. So it's close to breaking down, but don't let it sucker you in, right? Let's make sure that it confirms for us either way. But you can still go to the daily price action. If you're bearish on it, because today it gave plenty of setups intraday to get short on it, right? Nice double inside 15 breakdown. So if you're short and you got some runners, you could hold it to see if it does that triangle breakdown and really capitalize on it if it does. But in the meantime, if you're looking to get long off a daily candle, I do want to see it break down out of that triangle with some confirmation. Royal, what's going on? Yeah, I hope you had a good day too. Oh, I know. Yeah, the puts love the downside. Exactly. RCL, let's take a look. Yeah, RCL, nice down move right there. So these cruise lines are just getting beat up too. Nice bearish candle on that one with increased volume. Woo! USB, look at that one. That looks nasty too. Let's get that on the both of these on the game plan for tomorrow. Those are looking good here. 1 second, guys. Let me get these going here. So XLRE, which means Home Depot potential, right? You got the RCL, and of course the USB too. Looks pretty bearish too. Beyond potential, we like what was the other one that we said there? We said D-Dog, Piton, that was strong too. So we'll see how that goes there. And then might see some action on Grub tomorrow too. So let's kind of keep those on the radar, and that's for Wednesday. Cool. All right, good. All right, good. Yeah, so USB and then the VIX. Putting on the VIX. Yeah, so VIX is climbing a little bit here into the close here, so starting to wake up again, right? So back up in the 30s. If it really gets crazy, right, get back up in the 40s. If it really wants to get crazy, back in the 50s, and then who knows, maybe it comes back into the 70s, right? So, yeah, downside is definitely good, and nice reversal movement there on the VIX. Yeah, my pleasure. Really, thank you for tuning in, Michael. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. So to get the trend box to appear, yeah, you just got to draw it, right? So you just got to go, right? If you guys check out my trend line video, I kind of go through, how we do it. But you just go, oh, I didn't mean to duplicate that. Remove that right there. So all you do is you go to the bottom right here. You can't see the pop-up more than likely, but if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, it's the rectangle feature, right? It just looks like a rectangle on those tools, right? And then so you can see it looks like this in your box, right? So you just draw boxes all over the place, and you can change the colors of it, right? You can make it, you can make it purple, you can make it red, whatever you want to do. Like, so some people like to make things red if they're like, hey, we're heading into big resistance right here. Right, so if I'm like, okay, this area right here is, big resistance, big breakdown resistance right here. Yeah, I could kind of put that up there as like a warning to myself, like, oh my goodness, we're getting close to resistance, right? That type of thing. So what I like to do is the trend box here. Hopefully I didn't make the default. So since we broke down to the trend line right here and we got this minor pivot right here, that's the low of the trend box, and your recent high is the high of the trend box, right? Because as long as we stay above that high, that we shift the trend line back over. So we got that there. And that there, and right, so now we're in the trend box right now. So right now we're just in the chop zone, right? So good stuff. Good. Oh yeah, everybody's good. Good. Heather, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Reed, what's going on? Spy Put's definitely tons of fun today. Exactly. And thank you. Yep, thank you for just being a part and for your support. Yeah, so we definitely keep an eye on this stuff for sure. So good. You're doing great, man. That's awesome. Boolant, what's up? Yeah, let's take a look at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness. Yeah, that's not doing too good. Wow, that's bearish right there. Let's look at. Oh yeah, that's really bearish. Oh, it's right out of the 50-day move. Oh, that's going on the radar tomorrow too for the short side. Wow, not opening up anytime soon. Planet Fitness on your bearish radar. Wow, the usual suspects getting hammered today. Nice, good one right there. Next possible level down is like that 49 area. Wow, definitely one we're gonna keep an eye on tomorrow. Rochelle, yeah, look, the anchored view, yeah, my pleasure. Yep, it's a good one. It's a good one. And it's cool where you can anchor at different points. So play around with it. It's kind of neat. We like to use it. Ulta. Alan, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Ulta, just nasty pullback right there. This actually was on our bearish radar today, and it just got moved. Let's see what happened here today. Yeah, just like pullback here, and then just one more. This is your down move, right? Little corrective wave right there, and then and huge volume, and then some more after hours. So yeah, these brick and mortars and all that stuff just struggling. So that's a bearish candle right there. So look for some potential follow through on that one. And then Zoom. What's going on with Zoom? I don't think I looked at this one today. Yeah, pull back on Zoom today. I might have looked at it like one time, so let's get a couple of these things out of here. Okay, so a little bit of a pullback right there. Dark cloud cover. That's a dark cloud cover. We took out the highs right here. We closed under 50% of that range. So potential reversal candle there on Zoom. We got a little bit of a pop after hours, but it could be a little bit rough right here. It's also in that prior resistance level too. So good stuff. Dan A, what's going on? UNH, yeah, let's take a look. Boom. So UNH getting tight, guys. Let's see what kind of mess is going to pop up here from my last drawings. Yeah, so getting tight here. So we've got this going on, right? We've actually got a triangle right here. So we got that going on right now. So UNH, let's see if it breaks one way or the other. But if anything, it kind of looks like a bull pennant forming. So we'll see if it's got any more ammo in it, right? Any more fuel in it. So TDOC. Kind of a nasty pullback on that one too. Double upper shadows there. It looks almost like a tweezer's top. So that could be interesting for a potential pullback there. Low volume, but it may want to come back and retest the ADMA on that one. Kim, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Square. So Square, double inside day out. It really did start to give a really nice move today. Square's a tough one to trade, but that double inside day gave a really beautiful pop intraday. It was just like, oh, and then it was like, in and rug pull. So I got a little bit rough there today. So, but the double inside day pop was nice, and now it's kind of back in the range there. So watch to see if it breaks down below today's lows. You lose that double inside day candle. It might come down here and try to test that 72 level. So let's see if it can build from there. If not, look out below, right? And then work. So work pretty interesting, right? So this has been on our bullish radar right here. I love how it broke out of the head and shoulders pattern, but work doesn't like to just launch; it likes to chop for a little bit. So we may be in the chop zone right here. Again, see if it tests, come back still, and retests this breakout area, and then gives another potential candlestick setup to go long on that one. So it's okay. It's as long as it holds those levels, it's being constructive. And then QQQ, yeah, just a nasty one right there. I think this might have been bearish engulfing too. High. 227.93 high. 220, yeah, so bearish engulfing candle right here. Real body engulfing this one, and the high takes out the other high. So bearish engulfing right to the upward trend line and to the this prior resistance potential support zone. So see how it holds that. If it holds that, we might see a little bit of a rally tomorrow again, but possible 50% retrace on today's crazy move, right? So that's a potential target on a bounce. We'll see where we are in the open tomorrow. Brandon, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. DPZ. Yeah, I know you guys were talking about this one yesterday or the other day. And still hanging in there. That huge volume candle yesterday was just crazy. And inside day at the top end of that range. So look for a breakout above there, and it might start getting going again. Pretty cool stuff. And then RNG is another one. Yep, Ring's still holding up pretty too after earnings. So great stuff. Yeah, we're also going to look at D-Dog we looked at earlier. Peloton was still pretty strong today. Beyond actually had an incredible breakout move today. Upper shadow, but it's Beyond, right? So. But huge move this morning, just incredible, right? Got real tight in here, inside 15 at the 15 order below, and then bum. So big move on a lot of those things. Good stuff, great stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Dylan, what's going on? Just heard the trade of 8 order fill guy. Oh, that's so funny. Does that pipes through? That's so funny. Good stuff. GLD. I guess YouTube pipes in the computer audio, or the broadcaster does. Cool. All right, so we got that going on. Let's see here. So we got GLD triangulating nice here. So let's see how that behaves, right? If the market continues to stay weak, maybe gold will try to work its way up right here. It's in this big kind of trend channel, but it really is looking like a triangle right now. Possible pennant forming here. So good. Very good. Yep, gold. Good to see you. Tracy, what's happening? NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is pretty interesting, right? So we had all-time highs yesterday, and then we tagged a new all-time high today, and then it gives you this, dark cloud cover here going in today. A little bit less of an upper shadow would make it, real good cloud cover, but yeah, a little bit of pullback right there. So we may see some follow through the downside. Might get to the ADMA, and then back to the upward trend line here. And then AYX, I know you were asking about that yesterday. So yes, a little bit of a doji right here, possible pause. If it flushes any more off of this, that could give a move down to this prior geometric line right here. Other than that, to see if it can kind of build. That was a strong candle the other day, so see if it can continue to hold these areas here. And then Sedge. Solar Edge, yeah, nice move today. So a lot of the solar stocks were pretty strong this morning, and they gave it up, right? So it was that's a tough one right there. It is a lot of times like kind of a luxury item, right? So the market's weak, right? You can see some misses there. It did come up. It filled the open gap right here, and then it kind of did its job and was like, no, upper shadow. So it may pull back a little bit and try to get back to its ADMA on that one. Good, yeah, good stuff. Anki, yeah, my pleasure. Michael, what's going on? Let's take a look. So NVAX. Let's take a look. Wow, big gap up on that one today. Just a huge move off earnings there. Big doji right there. But keep an eye on it. Look at the 30 orb on that one tomorrow. See if it gives a breakout through there. Docu. Continue to just kind of work its way up, just plow its way up right there. So, a bit of an upper shadow, but, still bullish until proven otherwise. Beyond, again, same thing. Lots of strength today, good volume, and it's still staying green right there. So we had an upper shadow yesterday and it still rallied, right? So that's a good one to keep on the radar. INO, actually, what was it? Bad earnings yesterday and ended up rallying off of it today. So that's cool. I think a lot of these kind of Corona names got strong today. So yeah, so we were down after earnings, about flat at the open, and then inside 15 up and kind of rallied back and just bounced off the 15 orb here after hours. So good stuff on that. And then SOXL. Good. So that pulled back a little bit for the bulls, but let's see how that holds right here. We got this geometric line that it's kind of working on, and you got kind of a really big triangle right here now. So getting pretty tight. So not surprised to see a little bit of pullback today, but it kind of is what it is a little bit there. Michael, yeah, so Fed buying corporate debt ETFs, exactly. Powell's jabbering tomorrow. I know, more Fed stuff tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. See what he can do to throw some more wrenches in the market. Kim, yeah, my pleasure. Bagash, yeah, let's take a look. So we got URI. Nasty pullback today to the horizontal cloud. So let's see if that holds as potential support right there. What else? ANET. Yeah, nice gap up today, and then just just pulled back a bunch. So that's a tough one right there. But see if it holds at least 50% of the range of yesterday's candle. And then TGT. Nice candle yesterday. Got great follow through to the upside today, guys, on target. And a lot of these ones that were bullish yesterday did get some nice movement intraday. Double inside 15 up, give you a little bit of a spike there, and then just pulled back all nasty like there at the end of the day with everything else. So good stuff. And then Royal, yeah, MAR, another one with earnings, and that's pulling back pretty nasty too. Not as much volume, but definitely rejecting the cloud there for now. More hotels, HLT, that's looking pretty rough right there. But again, watch the volume. Not a lot of volume on that. And then the XRT, just your retail sector, just struggling off of those. So for sure. All on the put side, absolutely. Tesh, what's going on? You guys, let's take a look. How's that one doing there? Oh, no, just when we thought that these things were getting going, right? Just kind of pulled back there pretty nasty right there, broke down a lot of those levels. So, yeah, so we'll see, big volume too, so just keep an eye on that one, see how that does. Royal, yeah, so what are the green and red clouds? Yeah, that's a study, that's the Ichimoku cloud. Let me send you a video here real quick on those. We did a 3-minute video on it. It kind of gets into the whole summary of it. Give me 1 second. Let me pull that up for you here. There. And 1 second. Here. And where's my Ichimoku? There. Okay, so that's that one right there. So check out that video; it gives a good explanation on it, and yeah, it's a great tool. I mean, these can make good support and resistance. So definitely keep an eye on those. So, oh yeah, my pleasure. So good stuff, guys. Well, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight, and really great discussion on the VWAP with the anchored VWAP tonight. Awesome questions and chart requests, and really looking forward to to having another great trading day tomorrow. So let's see what the market has in store for us. We'll keep an eye on those futures tonight and in the morning, and see what they set up for us into tomorrow. So hopefully that we get some more fun moves tomorrow. I'm cool if we go all the way up too, as long as it sets up for us. So we're looking forward to that too. So all right, guys, I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening. Thanks again for tuning in and for your support. Be sure to hit the like button if you're new here. Also, please subscribe on YouTube, and also hit the ring the bell too, so you can get notified when we go live. And then also check out the links in the description, so you can find our Twitter page if you're joining us from YouTube, where we post cool charts and ideas. And then we've got our website in there too. So everybody have a great rest of your evening, and thanks again for tuning in. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe.